Hi, my name is Arthur Joseph, and I want to welcome you to my home and my great wall I call of wow culture. I love this culture. Well, saying that, let me get straight to the point here. I'm going to prepare some pepper steak, and I just want to show you how easy that it is. And then also, I want to say again, welcome to Art's Kitchen. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you some of the ingredients that I'm going to put into my pepper steak. And right in this bowl, I had already prepped. So if you want to cook this meal in short time, you want to prep all of your ingredients before you actually start cutting on your meat. So this consists of green peppers, red peppers, some onions, some mushrooms, and some zucchini, if I can find it in there. There we go, some zucchinis. And in this bowl, in this particular pepper steak I'm going to make, I'm going to put bean sprout. Now, most of the time, I just use broccoli and onions. But this time, I'm going to be a little bit creative. And because the more ingredients that you put into your pepper steak, the more different flavors that you're going to have that's going to collide. So here are some jalapeno. Like I say, when you cooking anything with jalapeno, you're going to just take it up just a little notch. And I tell you what, that adds flavor. This is all about flavor and also making this taste great. Now, this is a roast. This is a eye of the round roast. You see that it is lean. You're going to need a lean meat to go into your pepper steak. You don't want it to be too thick, and also you do not want it to cook too fast so it can be tough. So I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. But in the meanwhile, come on over to my stove here. Previously, I had already had my garlic clove cooking. And so this is where I'm going to stop at, because this is the beginning of the recipe. And I tell you what, if I can make this recipe in my home, I know that you can make it in yours. And I'm just going to give you the tools and also the 1, 2, 3 steps to make a great tasting pepper steak. See you in a while. Or a minute. All right, I'm back. Now, let me show you. Come a little bit closer right here. Okay? I'll show you the meat that I was going to use. So this is what we call eye of the round. This meat is lean. You see that there's no fat. Now, I'm going to say that I love fat. And in certain dishes, fat gives it a little bit more flavor. But let's start by chopping the meat. Now, I already showed you the bean sprout, the jalapenos, and earlier I showed you that my grease has the garlic oil in it. Excuse me. My grease has my garlic cloves in it. And this is going to make pepper steak taste yummy. So we're saying that, let's get started. Now, you want to cut it about this thin. Because when the high heat hit it, it's going to cook slightly fast, but then you want to turn it down so it can cook real slow. Not too slow that it get cold. So let me chop that up. Now, this preparation, as I told you, if you prep your food before, put that in a bowl there. I'll tell you what, cooking is easy, making it taste good is hard. I always tell somebody the best mistakes is when you cook and you don't think you got it right, then you find out that, wow, it really do taste good. So if you're scared to cook, I tell you what, ain't no need to fear, because guess what? Art Delicious is here, and I'm going to make it easy for you, and I'm going to make it fun. So let me finish cutting my meat. Now you want to be very careful, because guess what? This knife, as I said before in all the other videos, this is not a toy. And I tell you what, Cooking and hurting yourself is two different things. So you want to take your time. If you're not familiar with the knife, don't be trying to go fast. Because like me, I have a few years experience, and I can tell you one thing. Doing this is easy as open my eyes and closing them. So I'm finishing cutting this up. So let me finish preparing this here, and then I will get back with you in less than 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then I'm going to show you how I start preparing my pepper steak. So, hey, be back in about 5. Ha ha! Here I go again. Tell you what, I am ready to show you the finished product of prepping. All right? Like I said earlier, if you prep your food before, it'll give you less time to cook it and a quicker time to do it. I kind of threw a catchphrase in there. So here we go. I'm done slicing. Now this is that huge outer rind. Look at that there. No fat, lean. And this is how you have to have it so you can be able to cook it fast and slow. What I mean by that is I'm going to turn it up high and then I'm going to turn it down low. That's going to let the meat simmer, but also it's going to give it a chance to sear. So with saying that, I'm going to take it, my jalapenos and, hey, the rump roast. Here we go. All right. Now earlier I had my grease with my vegetable oil and granola cooking. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on ahead and we're going to add in our meat. Now, like I say, you want this to get a little bit hot. Them cloves are going to get not so overcooked, but you see how that is? You want them like that, like a deep dark brown. That means that flavor is coming out. And then also, during the process of cooking, some of the cloves are going to break down, and it's going to be a flavor for the pepper steak. So you see that there? I got it a little bit heated up. So we're going to go and put our meat in there. Wow, I got a lot of meat to go through. I tell you what, this here is going to be, I'm talking about awesome. Awesome. Wow. Now, if you're cooking for a family like me, I'm cooking for probably about 5, 6 people. And so, I have to have this, a lot of meat in this deep saucepan. Look at that there. You want to make sure that you get all of the vegetable oil covered with your meat, because that's the garlic flavor. When you got the garlic clove, it's just cooking along with the meat. There we go. I got a lot of meat to put in here, so I'm going to go ahead and put that all in there. Now I'm going to turn this up on high. So now, the bottom of my pan is already started to stick. And so now, because I turned it down low, I'm turning it back high, so now I can cook. Now, you don't want to have it too hot. Then when you first put it in, it stick and you're actually burning. And then if you scorch it any, man, you're going to have just a bad mistake. You're going to be mad, especially all this meat I'm cooking. I can't have no mistakes, and I want it to taste good. So, we're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes or less. And when I come back, I'm going to add in my jalapenos, my onions, my zucchini, and broccoli. I tell you what, this is going to be a healthy, but also I'm going to make it taste good. And I tell you what, I'll catch you in a little while, and I'm gonna show you what I'm going to do, and that is make it taste good. See you in a minute. All right, I am ready to finish the steps of making a great tasting pepper steak. And I tell you what, you can make whatever flavor or any ingredients into your pepper steak. I mean, everything from this point on is easy. All you have to do is monitor it while it's cooking. So now I'm going to add in my ingredients. So, hey, let's take this over here. I got to make a little room on this small little stove. Now, earlier I showed you that I added in the granola oil and vegetable oil. You can use whatever type of oil you want. And that is the juices from the meat and the oil. And look at that. Tender. Now we're going to take it to another step. So let me put this right here. Now, there are just a whole lot of different types of soy sauce. All right? I'm using this brand. Now, all brands are good brands. It's just that some brands taste a little bit different than others. I kind of found this brand tastes excellent. So I'm going to pour that in here. And like I said, I'm going to take it up a notch. So I'm going to add in my jalapenos. Ooh-wee. Now normally I would use salt, but I'm not using salt at all because guess what? This soy sauce has enough salt in it so I can blend in with the flavor I have. We don't want it too salty because, for number one, salt is really bad for you, but only in quantity. So now I'm going to add in my bean sprout. Now let me tell you something. You have to have a big enough pan. I mean, you got to have a big enough pan to make this all fit in. And this is a huge saucepan. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stir this up in there.
Dad, I'm going to wash my hair real quick.
Girl, if you don't be quiet, I'm getting the video here. All right, baby. I'm on the video. All right. All right, but now back to what I was saying. Woo, boy, you got to love the kids, I tell you what, because they can't wait till I get done creating this great tasting pepper steak, and we all gonna enjoy it. So let me get this in here. So I'm gonna turn it up a little bit high so I can get that start marinating. Excuse me, I sound like a plucky duck. All right, but woo, I'm having fun. To tell you what, you gotta have fun because I love to cook, and hey, cooking makes me happy. So with saying that there, we're gonna add the other ingredients in. Now, like I said, you gotta have a big pot. Now, I got mushrooms. Woo wee. We gotta pack that in there. Zucchinis. Oh man. Now I am going to let this simmer just a little bit. We don't want it to cook so that it be mushy. So we want to still have that little crisp to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this simmer a little bit, and I'm going to get right back to you because I still have a few ingredients to add to it. And I'm going to be using this brand here. It is a sweet soy sauce. Like I say, there's different type of soy sauce. I'm using two. I'm using a thicker soy sauce, which is going to actually give the pepper steak its color. And also, I'm going to use oyster sauce. Now, with all these ingredients combined, this is the taste that I'm creating that I like. And so, with saying that, I'll see you in a second.